What is going on, everybody? TK here with 7th Column Radio, your resident Titan main. Today we got my co-host with me.
Yeah, Faze Far, the resident hunter, the awesome hunter of the group.
Oh, the only hunter of the group.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
played
for now.
For now, we pick up anybody. We got to pick up a warlock. Like we got to
Yeah,
have that.
that's true.
We got to have the third mind in here.
We do. We got to get a whole Vanguard kind of thing going.
I know, right? I'd rather be Shaxx Zaval. I'm sorry.
That's true. I would. Yeah, I would give you that.
Thank you. All right, Shadowkeep's here, everybody. We've had a full week with it. Today's Tuesday, the first reset. We took our time with it to record so we can really get our teeth into everything. Fates, what are you thinking?
So
Comp?
PvP wise, it's sweaty, very very sweaty.
I can agree to that.
It's the changes. It's sweaty almost in everything, and not just comp. I feel like even playing Rumble today. I started off the one match, for example. It was before you popped in. Literally, fist like punched 3 people to death in the beginning. I started with like a 5-kill streak, and at one point I had like 14 kills, and the closest guy had like 5.
Nice.
And then from then on, it was just a sweat fest to the end, and I won by 1 kill.
I can totally vouch for that. I played a little bit of quick play the very first night after I finished the story. Kind of breezed through it. Don't know spoilers. Story was pretty freaking sweet. I know they're going to add more throughout the season. But the quick play, this meta suits me. Like, this meta is my jam. Playing with a scout rifle, first match, 31 kills, 14 kill streak, 4.3 KD. Just brutal. Second match, I got pissed. 40 kills, kill streak of 19. I almost got that we ran. And then a douche canoe of a hunter blade barraged me because he was sad I flashbanged him earlier. But yeah, I'm trying some new stuff out. I like flashbangs. Flashbangs have been really nice in comp. People don't expect that.
Yeah, those can be annoying.
That is me.
Yeah.
I'm even running top tree striker for the double grenades.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're mixing it up this season. We're trying some new stuff out. What do you think of the sandbox?
Not much has changed, at least in my opinion. At least so far. I'm gonna kind of wait to see how it feels come, like, I don't know, 2 weeks after launch-ish. The meta should settle a little bit. Because I've seen everything, like almost a little bit of everything. I've seen people running Crimsons. I've seen Vigilance Wings. I've seen.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's changed. Like when you said nothing's changed, I'm like, is PS4 totally different than Xbox?
Well, no. Like it's changed. Like the meta. All right, so like they didn't do a lot. I feel like people are just trying things at this point to see what sticks, especially with like Armor 2.0, and I'm sure we're going to talk about that because I've got some issues, but I feel like everyone's just kind of, I mean, there are your tried and trues. Like I've seen Lunas, Revokers, Recluses, stuff from last meta. So I don't feel like the meta changed too much, but I feel like people are branching out a tiny bit, at least to start out the season. I'm kind of withholding judgment on what exactly the meta is until it kind of settles a little bit. Because I mean, like, I've run into guys that were running Thorns and were absolutely god tier at slide shooting with it. It was insane. And I've run into like people who just like potato with the Thorn, and it's just where does this gun's actual skill lie?
I feel like that's what's awesome about the season, because the way they changed everything's viable. Hand cannons aren't taking on pulse rifles anymore.
Hand cannons are super inconsistent right now.
At the ranges that people were using them at before, I can agree to it. But if you use it in that medium range, I can tear it up with a spare Ashton still. I can tear it up with my Luna's Hell, but
Oh yeah,
it's
I'm
because
not.
I was never using it at that really long range. That I mean, yeah, they were consistent, but I always had a feeling that that was just too far, and that they were going to rein that in. And I was like, no, I'm going to get used to playing with it in that mid range.
I mean, I don't mean necessarily at range. I mean, I literally will get headshots where it'll be 58, 58 with my Luna, and then it's not procking Magnificent Howl, and I'll hit it like a 68 at the same range, and I could stand flat-footed and do that, not move, and have the person I'm shooting not move. It's really
There has been a
weird.
lot of visual bugs. So it made that you did have Magnificent Howl procced, and it just wasn't showing. That was one of the complaints about in the raid. We will talk to that here in a bit because that was some the visual bugs are a lot of things that people have been complaining about. But we're a Crucible podcast, so we'll save the PVE to the end where it belongs. The shutting down of the supers has been great. Like
Yeah, we've had a couple matches where we've done that.
the sniping. If you can snipe, this is your season. Tear them up.
Not only that, but if you can time a good, if you've got like a backup plan, fusion,
It can one shot too. I haven't used a fusion yet.
not one shot, if not one shot, but you can generally, if you've got range on your, a decent, like a good range on your fusion, I've been able to two tap people out of their super.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
So it's like a shotgun,
not,
one shot, one melee.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a little bit more unforgiving. Um, it's brutal because I think fusions are in general, because if you miss that first shot up close,
You're
kind of
SOL.
screwed. But it's even a little bit more high risk because you have a guy charging at you with a super. So, but
Nah,
yes, I agree. I love the super shutdown.
you don't
Uh,
see the Titan breezing across the map at the bottom with the bottom street striker anymore because they got
uh,
so used to playing a certain way with it, and that just does not work with this in the sandbox. If you get team shot, you are punished drastically for it. You don't have that chance to get the one kill and get enough regen to get you the second one. No, you may get one, but you're down for the count after that.
yeah, definitely.
Even in comp, where you only have three people team shotting you, like it's still punishable if you don't play it right. So, uh, you see a lot more good Titans zigging. They'll be
Mm,
going, and then they'll shoulder charge to the left just to get out of your shot, and then come back in. You'll see that a lot. I was able to wipe a whole team doing that because they don't expect it. They expect the striker to go straight and just bum rush them, and before that worked, it don't work no more.
yeah, I agree. It's really skill rewarding this season. I think in
Very.
regards to super.
Yes,
Um,
and that was one of the things that people called for. Bravo for Bungie for nailing that on the head. That was really difficult for them. I know overall PvP hasn't been the best state that people are wanting. I know one of the big complaints, heavy. It's still a thing and a
they're
thing often. I believe I saw today that they are changing it in quick play and some of the quick play
uh,
playlists soon, and then comp and elimination shortly after.
Yeah, they don't have. So I guess quick play is more of a switch kind of thing, like hitting a switch essentially, where comp or survival doesn't have that ability. I guess,
Yeah,
which is a
in
little
quick
bit
play,
weird. But
you turn on, you grab heavy. Everybody has
well,
like
no,
five
I mean
seconds.
like on their end.
Oh, okay.
Uh, yeah, on their end, they have the ability just to kind of patch it or whatever quickly, where
Yeah,
like comp does not. So
that
we
might.
have to.
Um, it's the thing. Like I'm liking, I'm liking the urgency that it's giving it because you don't have these survival matches that are drawn out. People staying in the back sniping because you gotta pressure heavy. If you don't pressure heavy, you've giving them the match. Especially with spoiler, if you are worried about the story and things that rewards you get, go ahead and jump forward a little bit.
Up, I guess I'll have to jump forward.
The exotic. I'm pretty sure you've been killed by it by now.
Only once or twice, to be
Okay.
honest.
The exotic. We'll just leave it at that. That thing is a beast. It's better than Warcliffe. It homes. It homes harder than Warcliffe.
Yeah, it's a.
If you let somebody get heavy from that, you're giving them the match, or that round anyway. So
especially with the life changes.
exactly, only 4.
Yeah.
Everybody can die once. If you die more than once, you're screwing your team.
Yeah, you're sucking up the lives over there.
Pretty much. Super regen's nice. You don't see supers as often.
I'm still getting my super relatively early.
Are you playing Golden Gun still or Blade Rush?
So no, not even Solar subclass. So we were talking about the ability to shut down supers. So a little pro tip for our hunters out there. Learn to run your Arc Strider and use your deflect. You can't snipe me in the face if I'm twirling my baton at you. I've started running that subclass and that tree for the subclass a bit more. I ran it a little bit pre Shadowkeep, but I'm kind of sticking with it now because it's, I mean, like you can't, like I said, you can't snipe me if your bullets aren't coming through.
Right. Fun fact, though, you still can be pushed by a Titan and a shoulder charge. You won't be damaged by it, but we can push your ass off the map.
Of course you can.
I don't care if I don't get the kill. You die. Overall, it's been really awesome. I like seeing new things. There was a video out today some guy posted on Twitter. He tested it out in Callus's trophy room, that using the 6 Coyote, the Middle Tree Solar Hunter, and the throwing knives and an incendiary grenade, what he would do, he would throw his throwing knives, throw the grenade, be close enough to the enemy that when he dodged, he got the melee energy back, dodge, throw knives again. By this time, because of all the cooldowns and everything in there, he would have his grenade again, chuck it, rinse and repeat. 15 seconds later, he has a Blade Barrage from Zip.
Wow.
It's very hard to pull off, but PvE-wise, hunters might want to try that.
That's
coming from a Titan main.
Yeah, PvE, you know, you're running some interesting stuff on the moon. I'm not going to spoil for anyone. You know, that would be ideal.
You know what he knows what's up. Elimination. How much you play this week?
0 actually.
What?
It was mostly I know I'm terrible. I've been super focused on trying to get my Redrick's the Claymore? The broadsword. I've been super involved in trying to get that, so I didn't really do any of that. I did a lot. I did the rest of the comp matches that I needed, and then I was in Rumble when I wasn't playing comp, so or running 3 characters through the story.
Not to be Debbie Downer, it's not as good as everybody said it was going to be.
Didn't they say though?
It's good. The damage numbers got changed in PvE. PvP wise, still use very similar damage modifiers. It's good still. It's just not as good as everybody was expecting. They expected this to be the meta, and I haven't seen it. The one that is throwing everybody through a loop though is the Raid Pulse. Have you seen anything on this?
No, I have not actually.
It is the only pulse rifle that can get rapid hit. So, rapid hit increases stability and accuracy and reload speed for every precision hit. It's an aggressive frame pulse, so it fires that 4-shot burst. and if you can, each bullet from that burst counts toward rapid hit. So average guardian kill can actually get 4 on it. You get your reload. You get your reload like outlaw. You have your stability like under pressure, and you have if you get kill clip on that thing, it's a fast firing. It's that hard hitting pulse, but everybody's been comparing it to like Chattering Bone, that middle archetype. Even though it's that 4 round burst, like Go Figure, Blast Furnace, Right Side of Wrong, that pulse. And one of the things that I like that pulse. It's an aggressive frame. I like it. That fourth shot, it feels awkward, but everybody that has had that complaint with those 4-shot burst pulse with the Raid Garden of Salvation raid pulse, they say that the way the perks line up takes care of that awkwardness.
I'm definitely going to have to start raiding now.
Right?
I haven't. Yeah, I'm going to have to get that gun. I love pulse rifles, and
now you're going to be raiding every week for that one roll.
I will raid on PC, and I'll raid on PC if I have to.
You'd have
Since I bought Shadow.
You bought Shadowkeep on PC as well?
Yes. The only thing I do not have on PC is Forsaken.
I may join you. I haven't decided yet. I'll play my.
I broke down and I was like, you know what? I want to be able to like switch off like PlayStation and go play PC. Part of what kind of affected that is, having our Stream On members who are on PC.
We
being able to kind of. Huh?
We do have a lot on there.
Yeah.
I'm like the lowly Xbox guy.
Yeah, just Tipper over there in his own corner with his Xbox and his Titan.
Leave me alone.
But yeah, I figured, why not? It gives me more people to play with and stuff.
More people, always the better.
Oh.
Did you notice the changes on maps? Like they said, all those maps that got pulled out and everything. Did you notice that they were gone? Like. The only reason why I know is because, of course, but
yeah, I've noticed that they're not in the playlist. But so far, I haven't. I've literally played Twilight Gap once,
and you're mad about it.
Yeah, I am. It was that last Rumble match I played. I played one match on. That was the only match I have played on Twilight Gap. I've played several comp matches on Widow's Court, but
I was about to say my first match in quick play was on Widow's Court, and
my first comp match was Widow's Court.
Sniping taxis.
I like it. I missed it. It was like it was great because I knew where I needed to go. I knew what the lanes were and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't
nice.
Like I haven't seen anything any of the new ones though.
I've had Widow's Court. I've had Twilight Gap. I had one of them. I can't even remember the name. It was okay. Meh. I got joined. I got thrown into that match at the end of the night. Halfway through, the match was over, and I was still trying to get the hang of everything because going from Borderlands to Destiny 2, my aim is still wacky. And add in the fact that my Elite controller is going to have to be shipped off for repair. Yeah, I'm having to play with a regular controller, and I feel like a scrub. I love my Elite.
He's back to being one of us peasants here.
I love my Elite, and I mean, not even so much for like having the paddles on the back. I honestly only play with one paddle, and I use that for sprint. The thumbsticks, having everything situated as far as the sensitivities, I put. For everybody that has an Elite controller or a PlayStation, if they have something similar,
Our closest would be buying a scuff.
Left thumbstick I set up for aggressive, so the slightest movement means I'm running, and the right thumbstick to aim is smooth. So slight touches, a very slow movement. Medium is presses are medium, and then far presses are actually really like it goes. Picture it like a curve where it goes up and then up. So Medium presses are normal. Slight presses are very slight, and then your hard presses are very hard. For aiming, amazing. For sniping, it does take some getting used to, but once you do, you will knock it out of the park. But gonna jump back off my soapbox after my elite little sales pitch. The only thing
Sponsor us, Microsoft.
I know, right? The only thing I noticed about the map changes, the maps that are gone were and the reason why they were gone, it's more apparent than ever. As you're playing, you don't have these matches where if I control these 2 points of the map, I'm just gonna stomp the team. None of these maps are like that. Yeah, they're even, but they don't do.
It's not a clear, distinct.
It's
okay,
not. It's not. This is the best place on the map. If I hold this, I'm solid. Kind of thing.
Yeah, the only map that I could think of that's like that is, I'm gonna call it by its D1 name, and I'm sure you're gonna correct me. But Shores of Time.
Endless Veil.
Endless Veil. Okay.
Distant Shores.
Distant Shores. That's the only map I think that's in the rotation now. If you were to play like Control,
Control
for
B,
example,
you're good. C and B.
Yeah. I think that's the only map really right now in the rotation that's like that.
Kind of off topic. Did you notice that they moved rocks and crap around on that map? Like if you played D1 map and you knew, okay, if I jump here, I'm gonna be able to see to this point. But when you jump there now, there's a wall in your way that wasn't there before.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Stuff has moved. There were several spots that I loved to sit with my scout rifle, and I can't now. Bungie, why? The new maps, we talked about them. Twilight Gap, Widow's Court. For us D1 vets, those are some big nostalgic memories. Trials on Widow's Court was always a snipe fest because of all the lanes. Now that I'm a sniper, and I've been to the Church of the 1,000-Yard Stare.
The Church of the 1,000-Yard Stare. I love it.
I'm liking it because now that I know where the lanes are, I was like, hey, I remember I died there multiple times. I wonder why. Well, there's like 6 different lanes looking at the place, and I was the idiot that ran to it every time. Now that I snipe, I'm more aware of that stuff, and it's a better map for me. Before, I hated it. F that map.
I loved Widow's Court. I've actually, I mean, even in this, even with them bringing it back, there's a spot that I didn't really... I don't think anyone particularly used, at least in my experience from playing Trials back then on Widow's Court. So like as soon as you spawn in, on whatever side you spawn in, there are a couple trucks like in the road, and I think like a container on the one side. If you jump on those or are near those, you can literally shoot from one spawn point to the other, as long as somebody's peeking that spot. But nobody did that back in D1. It was always run upstairs or run to the church.
If you control church, you had it. Because if you had church, you had the point. Because the point spawned right outside. Have you ran into anybody bubbling a point yet? That's fun.
No. I've actually run into people running bubbles though. Like a lot more. I've seen a lot more bubbles this season than I did previously.
I'm the jackass that bubbled a point this last night. Bubbled the point, had it. Weapons of Light with an aggressive frame sniper will let you body. I want to say it has to be about 4 resilience and lower. So Mr. Hunter got body shot and he got wrecked.
So me currently.
It was nice. Other than that, solid. Like I'm liking the new maps. Armor 2.0.
Oof.
Fates, what's your complaint?
Well, for one, like RNG, because I don't have traction yet.
I can agree to that.
As a console hunter, I need traction. PC, it's a little bit different. I don't need it as much or at all. There's hardly anything to it. But I'm not a fan of... I thought it would be okay. I thought I'd like it a bit more, but currently I'm not a fan of the fact that armor has like elemental affinity, I guess that's what I'd call it. So I don't like that I have to go get solar armor or like void armor or arc armor, and then in that I have to find the like a role that I want. So intellect, discipline, mobility, and all that kind of stuff. Because I'm very nitpicky with that.
Yeah.
On top of having to find the affinity I want, so I can run the guns I want. I think there's just a little bit too much RNG on top of RNG for RNG's sake.
Let me make it easier for you, because I learned a thing that makes it easy. You don't necessarily have to worry about the affinity unless you want enhanced perks, or
Which I do.
you want to throw as much into your armor as possible. And what I mean by that, let's say I want sniper loader. It's a void perk.
Yes.
It increases my sniping reload by quite a bit. But I have solar gloves, and I cannot get void gloves that I would like the stats on for the life of me. I can make those solar gloves work by getting the masterwork up to 5 and putting the rifle loader in, because the rifle loader will increase the reload speed of all rifles, and the reload speed increase is equal to the sniper rifle loader. It's not any different. The only difference is the reason why you would want the specific one is because the regular one, the one that can be applied on all armor, costs 5 points, when if you get the specific one, it only costs 2 points.
Yeah.
But the enhanced one is also going to cost 5 points, I want to say.
Yeah.
So
I think you're right. It's
so
I'm that guy though.
setting up your armor until you get your enhanced perks, you can use those 5 point ones. So I want to say that it's like rifle loader, small arms, big arms, precision shot, scatter shot for the targeting. All of those can still be used to make your armor where you have your loadout, at least until you get the perks that you want. That's the way I've done. I've had a lot of success with it. Sniper, I'm still running Revoker because the new sniper from PvE that you get has way too much zoom. Thinking about you, Tatarage, the only plus side is it is kinetic, so I can run something else. Luna, Recluse, my Calicia Nobilis Scout. If I want to just run a pure range, all of that is good. Have you got any enhanced perks yet? I know they're from in game, but they haven't really said where.
I don't think I have any yet. I'm assuming it's like high end stuff potentially, but I don't know.
There are some in the artifact. You can get the hand cannon enhanced reload, an auto enhanced reload, and a couple of others. I can't remember which one. They're in the third column. But my thing is, am I going to lose those at the end of the season? Or
they make it seem like it's like at the end of this season.
If I'm going to lose those, am I going to have another place to get those?
Yeah,
I mean, that's my thing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't know. It's I think
this whole season just basically turned Destiny on its head. Like, we don't know nothing now.
All right, so let me preface this. I like the concept, but I don't think the idea is complete. I think it needs some tweaking.
Well, that is one thing they said.
And I know they're going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think maybe I expected a little bit more, simply because they delayed Shadowkeep a little bit. I mean, it's a little bit worrying, I think, to sit and think, okay, so if they didn't have those 2 weeks, where would we be?
No kidding. I mean, I can see some stuff that they did, like the raid may not have been 100% perfect. Again, we'll talk about that in the PvE section. I don't know. I'm good with it. I like it. I don't know. It's not that bad to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I like the overall change because it's customizable. So like right now, for instance, I can tell you that I am running both precision weapon targeting and scatter projectile targeting on my helmet.
Because I want to target everything. Like I want
Well,
all the
because like
targets.
so like I could run my pulse rifle, right, and my sniper, so I can get the targeting on my pulse rifle and my sniper, since they are split, according to each perk.
All
So
right.
I mean, like I like so precision targeting is your hand cannon, scout rifles, trace rifles, bows, linear fusion snipers, and slug shotguns. And then scatter targeting is ARs, machine guns, SMGs, pulse rifles, sidearms, and fusions. So I could run, say, my bygones and get the targeting off of that, while also having the targeting for, like, say, my beloved.
Okay, I can see that.
So I mean, I did it that way specifically. It eats up 9 energy though. So I really can't. I'm not running anything else on it currently, which kind of sucks. But
I've thrown discipline mods on like everything for the flashbangs.
I have. This is the first time I've actually had fucking. I don't know if they brought it back or if I completely ignored it through like most of the life cycle so far of Destiny 2, but I actually have fastball on a pair of my arms. I haven't used it in forever, but I've been using my scatter grenades to push, like, so if I want to push you off of a point or whatever, wherever I want to push you off of, I will skip grenade you and then push. Because if as long as the skip grenades start hitting, because if they hit, I can just clean you up with a Lunas or a shotgun or whatever, or fusion rifle, whatever I'm running, fairly easily.
Yeah.
So I am spec'd to kind of get a little bit. I do have a discipline mod on my chest piece. I do have.
I'm throwing like discipline mods on everything.
I have one. Yeah, I have one on my cape as well, and then I also have distribution, which is reduces all ability cooldowns when using your class ability.
And you are a hunter and you dodge everywhere.
Yeah, I run. Yeah, I run, and I'm still running Dragon Shadow, so I dodge everywhere.
Nice. I think my cooldown on my grenades like down to under a minute. It's kind of stupid.
My discipline stat's the highest. It takes me a minute, 59 seconds for
Bingo.
the cooldown.
Same. So, to move on, pinnacle weapons. What do you think of that Randy's throwing knife?
The role's interesting to me. I'm kind of glad I withheld some judgment. So to kind of, if people haven't checked their collections to see it, I will tell you what it is right now. So it comes with fluted barrel. It comes with extended mag. And here you either get the choice of rapid hit or snapshot, or in the last column, it's either Zen Moment and Kill Clip. It is also a 260 RPM scout rifle.
So it's like
with the range masterwork.
It's like the Viced scout rifles, which have been were one of the more popular scout rifles in the previous soundbox. Haven't seen them so much now. I'm upset that it's not a high impact one, but I can't always get what I want, I guess.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I mean, you can either run for a lot of stability, or you could run something like Snapshot Zen Moment or Snapshot Kill Clip, which, right. I mean, Kill Clip's going to potentially help on, if you can get that first kill.
Right.
I'm interested. I mean, is it as good as like Luna's and all that? Probably not, but I mean, they said they didn't want those distinct perks anymore and stuff like that. It could be potentially. I still think it could be fairly viable in this meta currently.
Yeah,
I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot more scout rifles personally, but I mean, it also has to do with
the quest.
The range. Yeah.
I mean, I know you and I talked when the Shadowkeep was getting announced and everything, and they announced the weapons and everything, and I made the prediction that they're trying to control the meta using the pinnacle weapons in the crucible by making it where we have to use those guns to get the points. It's not where, get the fabled, here you go. No, they wanted to bring snipers back and show people that, hey, snipers can be used. And now, even though the season's over, like we don't go for Revoker unless you still have the request, you still people sniping because it's good. You just nobody ever picked up a damn sniper rifle before because they had no reason to.
Yeah.
Scout rifles.
like
I've used scout rifles since Forsaken launched, and they were viable. I mean, I have a Rumble match on my personal YouTube where I went from being down 13-3 in a Rumble match with a Chaperone and the Calicia Noblesse, and I came back and I won the Rumble match because I went off. It was an amazing match. But scout rifles have always been good. People are just finding it out now.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I mean, I was using a cut and run with the last word after the last word came out.
Yep.
Where most people are like, "Oh, you got to pair it with either a bow or a sniper, and that way you've got your ranges covered." I was like, "No, cut and run. Let's go." 3 tap you to the head at a distance.
Bingo.
It was ridiculous.
So I see the draws to it. I like the fact that the quest itself isn't that bad. Get to Fabled, no big deal. Don't even have to win all your matches. You just get the points.
Oh,
Get the points, get the kills, get the weapon, which is nice. I mean, it makes that weapon accessible to more people.
I think with the changes to that, it was kind of necessary to go that way, away from unique pinnacle perks.
Right.
You make a quest a little bit more straightforward and easy. You can't have everybody running around with like a perk that's just going to allow you to like map someone with like a submachine gun.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the Gambit submachine gun?
The Gambit one I've taken a look at. It looks good.
Here.
What you got on the perks?
So we've got Arrowhead Break. We've got Ricochet Rounds. So in these columns, you have either Underdog or Threat Detector. And then the last column is either Swashbuckler or Surrounded. And then a Stability Masterwork.
Arrowhead Break is going to almost guarantee that it's going to have a straight-up recoil because Arrowhead Break gives it a 15 to recoil direction. Fun fact, recoil direction, if you end in 5, it's always going to be straight up and down. Do not put a counterbalance masterwork on it because it's wasting it. If you want to know more about recoil direction, Fallout Plays has a video. We highly recommend his PvP content because dude knows his numbers to a T. But as for the other perks on it, they're very, very good for PvE. I'm sure being surrounded like that will proc everything, which
it could be okay. It is 900 rounds per minute SMG.
Little machine gun.
It's a super tiny, super fast firing machine gun. I would be interested to see how Threat Detector and Swashbuckler kind of interact on it.
I'm probably going to go for that one this season. Throw on my Synthesips. I'm punching the air like, you know what I mean.
It's intriguing. I don't know necessarily if I'm going to be like, you need to go get that gun, but like, it's interesting. It's interesting enough for me to say, okay, I kind of want it. I want it.
If I get it, it'll be the first Pinnacle Gambit weapon I get. I have not gotten 21% Delirium. I have not gotten Hush. I have not gotten this thing. So,
you don't have a
Breakneck?
What's the AR? Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, I even have a Breakneck. What do you mean?
I'm an invader. When I go in, I don't go. I don't play Gambit to PvE. I play Gambit to make kids cry on the other team.
I invade. I'm an invader just like you.
Honestly, the way I play when I play Gambit, I'm an invader first, and I'm a sentry second. So I'm the guy that's staying near our bank, keeping it open so our guys can reap. I'm the guy sniping the opposing invader when he comes in. I will help out with the PvE stuff, but my priorities are invading, keeping our bank open, stopping their invader, and then killing enemies in that order. And it's just a constant checklist in my head. What do I need to be doing? What do I need to be doing? What do I need to be doing? It's like your old school MMOs. Like, you can't be a healer and only heal. You got to throw some DPS in.
I'm a bit of a hybrid when it comes to I'm 100% invading as soon as the portal opens. I'm going through. I kind of, clear the bank as I rotate. I do the PvE stuff. I'll even run my super towards like killing the boss or whatever. But like I will carry a sniper rifle and a hand cannon and do the PvE stuff with my PvP setup, and then invade. So I'm still contributing on like all phases. But
the way I usually do it, I run Revoker for my primary before it was Bite of the Fox, and my second weapon 9 times out of 10 Risk Runner. Then I did use the Trinity bow for a little bit.
That's a fun bow.
That is a fun bow. The lightning is great. But before we move on to the PvE content, here's our clip of the week. We got our clip of the week submitted to us via our Discord. This one was one of our favorites. This one was a good one, wasn't it, Fates?
Oh, yeah. This is amazing.
Alrighty, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Shut them down.
Oh my god, I just hit a...
There we have it, our clip of the week submitted to us via our Discord. If you want to submit your clip, be sure to join the Discord down below. We have a nice little section there for y'all's clips. Submit them and y'all might win. I know we kind of cut it off on that last one, but that last pinnacle weapon, but it's tied to PvE, so we can go ahead and talk about it here. What do you think of the Edgewise MG? I'm
excited to have another LMG. I'm going to start there.
I can agree to that.
I think, LMGs were something I used almost... when they took my Gallowhorn away, is how I'm going to start this story. LMGs is where I kind of went. Unless I needed to use something else. Specifically, like, like a sleeper or whatever. But, yeah. This one, we'll see. I'm excited that there's another LMG option, but past that, I haven't really.
That's where I'm at too. Like, an LMG, cool.
Yeah,
on to the next thing.
It's not like, oh wow, look at this hand cannon. Like, it's not like a service revolver or like the loaded question for me. Like, the loaded question is an awesome fusion rifle for PvE. Like, it's awesome. I was happy to get it.
Yeah.
This is going to be more, all right, cool. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know. These are going to remain static, right?
Yeah, there's not going to be perk rolls on them.
This would be, it would be interesting to see if it got added to the loot pool, potentially. I mean, I feel like there are only so many options for LMGs, but yeah, that's just me being a little overcritical. As far as the role goes, polygon rifling, light mag, feeding frenzy or field prep, and rampage or demolitionist. And then it's a stability masterwork and a 900 round per minute.
All right, that's decent. Field prep, underrated perk. The reload's actually faster than outlaw when you crouch. Just got to remember to crouch. Other than that, I'm not really impressed. It's an LMG. Woo!
It does what it needs to do,
Exactly. PvE content this season overall. Story. All right, let's go through them quick. Story out of 10. What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 10.
Same. For once we can agree. Holy crap.
Yeah. Just real quick. I know we're going to try to get through it, but the ending was spot on. I know there's a little bit of criticism for the way that the campaign ended, but it makes sense when you think about why it happened.
I can agree to that.
Um,
It definitely. I mean, one of the complaints was that the whole campaign was a trailer for the raid, but I mean, isn't that kind of the way it's supposed to be? That they're supposed to be connected. I'm looking at you, Taken King.
yeah, I mean,
It makes sense. Yes, we
campaign
fought
flowed beautifully into the raid.
exactly. Like it could not have been smoother. And I want to say Bungie had a lot of leeway with how that one ran. They didn't have Activision over them too much on it. And this is the first DLC that came out without Activision over them. So before anybody criticizes anything, you got to remember that this is coming from a developer that just took a huge step and just said "F you" to their financial backing and said, you know what, we're doing this ourselves because we feel like we are going to do it the right way, and the way y'all are wanting us to do it's the wrong way. And that's huge because they basically just said, forget the money. And
so self-publishing is no easy.
yes, because you mess up, you just lost all that money that you put into this, all this time, all this effort. And especially now that they're making the game to free to play, they
Imagine
are
if New Light didn't pan out.
exactly, they are banking that it did good. And by did good, on launch day, concurrent across all three platforms, they had 15 million people logged in at one time. 200K were on Steam, which broke. Well, it wasn't 200K. It may have been more. But it broke the World of Warcraft record for when one of their DLCs launched. It beat that out, which was huge. So, totally unrelated. Yes, New Light is free now. Yes, you can buy Shadowkeep, but if you really want to support Bungie, throw a few dollars into the Eververse store. It's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah. There's. I mean, obviously some people can't, but if you're feeling a little bit splurgy on some skins or something or cosmetics.
Exactly.
I call them skins, but you can't ever not be. You want your hunter looking fresh.
I am kicking myself that I did not get the vest for the Titan from last season. That expedition-y looking vest, that would have been great. Although I am happy that they used Year 1 armor, because I thought the Year 1 armor was awesome on the Titan. Give me my feathers.
That stuff was cool.
So, Raid, did you watch it, or have you done it yet?
I have not done it. I got to see bits and pieces, but I worked that day, so it was more like catching up, seeing it.
Then I watched the whole thing, so I can give a number on this one. I give the Raid a solid 8 out of 10 for the stuff that happened during it, the really buggy mechanic at the end with the tether, that it was tethering people that weren't even close. That's one of those things that if it's such an intricate mechanic to the Raid, it kind of has to work.
Yeah.
Again, there was a service interruption at the beginning that threw off the world's first, so they were going to extend it out the time to get the raid by 2 hours, to get the day 1 emblem by 2 hours, which was going to go over the 24-hour limit. And people were going to be able to get the emblem without having the contest modifier active. They decided, because they thought about it, there was outrage at first because people were like, I just went through 24 hours and we decided to go to bed. They didn't give us a notice about it doing this, and now we can't get the day 1 emblem when we could have done it with the contest modifier off. So everybody was upset about it. Bungie thought, you know what, this is kind of something that was reserved for people that could have competed with the contest modifier. We don't want no bad blood, so we're not going to give it to the people that didn't do this with the contest modifier. They did kind of allude to that another day later down the road, they're going to add the contest modifier back to the raid for us to give it another shot without that. They weren't very clear. They kind of said it, but not really said it. I don't know. It's something that they said. I'm not all for me, the raid race, it's awesome. Some people, that's their thing. I totally have a good time. I like to go through the content and actually enjoy it. If I feel like I'm having to run through it and get everything done quickly, I'm not gonna have fun. So
Yeah, I'm I'm a lore guy, so like I at least on my first I like to not say I'm gonna drag my heels, but like I feel like if we were racing, you'd be like, all right, Faith, stop looking at the scenery and let's go.
come on, man.
Because even I feel like the devil's in the details with a lot of
yeah.
stuff for this game. So I'm like, oh, look at this. This is guys, look at this leaf over here. No.
Speaking of details, the activity that they gave for the people that didn't compete in the raid and how they announced it, that was awesome. The fact that they tweeted out from their official Twitter, all Guardians not raiding the Garden of the Black Garden, please report to the moon. The Vex are on the move and we need to hold the line. Or something to that effect is what they said.
Yeah.
And that was just like, I was like at work, I was like, hold on, my people need me.
My people need me. Guys, there's Vex on the moon. I gotta go.
That was just a really cool thing. Like I got the notification and I was like, "What's this?" It's like, "Oh no, God, trouble on the moon."
Could you imagine telling your boss, "Yeah, I gotta leave early." Why? Well, there's Vex on the moon.
What's really hilarious is, my boss doesn't play Destiny, but he's a big Diablo player from back in the day. He played Diablo 1 and 2 on computer, and he when the drop rates were crap and everything. So he knows the stuff, so he would play with his friends, and then he skipped work for stuff before. So he would probably just be like, I understand, go.
Take care of the moon.
I don't know what a Vex is, but he sounds like an asshole. Go get him.
Go get him. Sounds like a prick.
It's pretty awesome.
That's great.
I like the Vex offensive. People complained about the weapons being reskins. I don't even care. They're new weapons.
Yeah, it's content. It's world building is what it is.
Exactly. I like the tie-in that we're getting Vex weapons from the Vex offensive and their Trials of Osiris. Oh, not Trials weapons. Excuse me. Before people go wild in the comments. Their
Trials?
their Curse of Osiris weapons, and they're all decayed and they have the grass on them and everything. Is like, Osiris might have been onto something. Holy crap. So
I dig it. If there was one thing, I used to play Division 2, and so did you. The big thing for me in that game was the fact that the world felt alive,
That's what I loved about this one. The world feels alive. You see the combat frames out in the field. You saw ships flying everywhere. Like the first mission, if you haven't played it yet, oh my gosh, you're in for a treat. Bounties is great. Being able to buy, if I want to play a Crucible all day and just get tons of stuff for it, I can buy that one repeatable bounty several times. You did find out something about that bounty, though.
Yeah, so it doesn't. My thought process today was, okay, we'll get through the Rumble matches for my Redrix, and then the next step is bounties. You have to complete 20 Crucible bounties. So me and my wonderful wisdom was like, okay, I'll just run. I'll grab the normal Crucible bounties, then I will grab the reset things, whatever you want to call them.
The repeatable bounty.
Yeah. I grabbed a bunch of those, so I had 12 bounties in my inventory. Completed every single one of them. Got done my Rumble matches, turned it, got rid of all my bounties or whatever, handed them in, and it only counts the daily ones. So if you're going for your Redrix and you think you can just use that, I'm just going to tell you right now, don't bother. I tried it. I'm a little disappointed, but I guess good. It takes get something good. You gotta trudge it out and wait. But
good things come to those that wait.
Yeah,
I don't want to wait. Give me my good things now.
I was like, all right, I'll get the Redrix, and then I don't have to sit and farm Crucible Pinnacle weapons really all that much. All I have left at that point is not forgotten. And well, I mean the scout rifle for this season, and the mountaintop.
Right. Well, all in all, a lot of content. Looking forward to digging into the first reset of the season and seeing what else is new, because they have said that this is an evolving world and the DLC is unfolding as the world goes on. So we haven't seen everything yet. We aren't done at the moon. We aren't done in the Garden of Salvation. I'm sure we're going to find out more as the season goes on. But
Yeah,
go ahead.
I mean, Forsaken introduced all those cutscenes and stuff with the Queen
Right.
and all that as time went on. So I mean, people don't jump to too many conclusions, you know.
Nope. Bungie has a lot of cards on up their sleeve, and we're looking forward to seeing all of them. Fates, you got anything else, or did we hit it all this time around?
I think we hit it all. I like the changes to bounty. Just real quick, the change to the quest in bounty screen is fantastic.
Exactly.
You know, I'm not sure who it just looks amazing. Whoever worked on that did a great job.
Our
The
hat
only
is
thing I
off to
want
you.
is, yes, the only thing I want is the ability to carry more bounties.
I
Just
can
give me all of the bounties. But yeah, great.
Fates wants bounty tabs. That's going to be it for us here at Seventh Column Radio. Thank you for hanging out with us this time around. Be sure to catch us on the next one. Be sure to follow the channel and check the bell, and you'll get notified when the video goes live. You want to catch us personally, you can find me at Tibbercat on Twitter, twitch.tv/Tibbercat on Twitch, and pretty much any other social you can think of. I'm there in my Titan glory. You can catch me there. Fates, where are we going to find you at?
Yeah, you can. So you can pretty much find me anywhere as Fates_Pyro. So yeah, anywhere. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere.
All the places.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to be it for us here at Seventh Column Radio, and we will see y'all later.